Our verses for today come from the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 22 to 23. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. As we're living through these challenging days this year, and there is much to lament and to mourn, it's significant to remember that one of the books in the Bible is called Lamentations. Lamenting is something that perhaps we as Christians and the church as a capital C don't do enough. We don't acknowledge it enough in our personal devotional and prayer life as well as in our public worship together. Fully a third of the Psalms in our Bible are laments. And there are times when we need to bring our sadness, our heartache, our grief to God and simply to pour it out and to let it go. We've seen that in some of our scriptures that we've looked at so far this summer, including perhaps most famously the prayer of Hannah as she poured out her grief to God in worship in the temple. Being a Christian doesn't mean we're always going to be happy and life is always going to be full of joy. And having a book called Lamentations in the Bible is an important reminder that sometimes life just is hard and it stinks and we lose people we love. And in Lamentations, it's referring to those who have lost their children and just the unspeakable heartache that that brings. So if you find yourself feeling depressed or down or angry or grieving the state of your life or the state of our nation or the world, remember you stand in solid biblical company. That there are times when the best thing we can do is to lament and to say, "How long, O Lord?" But also remember that in the midst of our pain and our heartache and grief, these words from Lamentations 3, verses 22 to 23, in the midst of it all, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases, and His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. And it's important for us each day when we get up to make sure that we're taking stock of how God's mercy is still at work and present in our lives, and how God is continuing to be faithful to us, even when we're walking through the valley of the shadow of death.